Okay, we're going to be doing section 1.6a, which is body regions. And it might look intimidating because there are about 50 body regions that I need you folks to know, or not necessarily me, that you folks need to know if you're going to be clinicians in the future. So we first are going to start off with what's called anatomical position. Standing upright, facing forward, arms down at your sides, palms facing forward. This is called anatomical position. It is the position in which we look at our patients. It is the position in which we refer to our patients. So for example, this is my right arm. This is my left arm. It doesn't matter what position I'm in. This will always be my right arm. Still my right arm. It is still my right arm. Still my right arm. Even if I'm upside down, it is still my right arm. You will see as we start to learn medical terminology in the body regions and directions like superior, inferior, anterior, posterior, you need to be in an anatomical position in order to correctly relate to terms. Okay, so it's standard anatomical position. You don't have to stay like this the entire time, but when I say to you, for example, in a few sections, we will learn about medial and lateral. Medial means towards the midline here. Lateral means away from the midline. So if I say to you, your lateral arm, it means the outside of your arm, further away from the midline, versus your medial portion of your arm. It's closer to the midline. Well, that changes if we're not in anatomical position. So therefore, whenever we say medial, lateral, superior, inferior, those terms that we'll be learning about in the next few sections, we must visualize the patient in anatomical position. Okay? So let's get started with these 50 regions here. So we're going to go from superior to inferior, from top to bottom. Okay? So some of the regions of the head are cranial. Cranial refers to the entire head. Facial refers to the face. Another term that we use for the head is cephalic in general. So some specific regions of the head are the frontal region, which is the forehead, the temporal regions, which are the temples, the nasal region, which is the nose, oral region, which is the mouth, buccal regions, which are the cheeks, mental region, which is the chin, orbital region are the eye sockets, otic refers to the ears, occipital refers to the back portion of your skull, the curved region, cervical refers to your neck. I have a cheat sheet up here in case I forget anything. Nope, we're good with the head and neck. Next, let's do the arm. Acromial refers to the shoulder, specifically the high point of the shoulder. Think of the Acropolis, acrobats. I have acrophobia. I have fear of heights. So the acromial region is the high point of the shoulder. Put your hand here, there's a boom. Acromial. Next, brachial refers to between the elbow and the shoulder. This is brachial. Antebrachial refers to between the wrist and the elbow. So this is antebrachial. Cubital refers to the elbow. Antecubital refers to the inside of your elbow. Carpal refers to your wrist. Palmar refers to your palm. Digital refers to your fingers and your toes. Manual refers to your hand in its entirety. I believe that's it for the upper limb. So we call these limbs. This is a limb. This is my left upper limb. You can also call them extremities. So now let's work on the trunk. So sternal is this region here in the middle where your sternum is, your breastbone. Pectoral is off to the sides. So we have pectoral here, pectoral here. Think of your pecs when you're in the gym. Mammary refers to the breast region, both for males and females. Axillary refers to the armpit region, not just the pit, but here, the edge where your ribs are. Okay, an easy way to remember that one is Axe deodorant. When you put Axe deodorant on, it's in your axillary regions. Next, your chest region in general is called thoracic. When we're referring to the ribs, we call that costal. An easy way to remember costal is ribs is when you go out to dinner, if you have the choice between a slice of pizza and a rack of ribs, the ribs are going to cost you a lot. Costal refers to ribs. Let's see, what else is in the chest region? That, I believe, is it. Next, we have abdominopelvic. The abdomen is below your diaphragm. Diaphragm is the breathing muscle, so this is abdominal. Below that is the umbilical region, which is where your belly button is. Below that is the pelvic region. So we have abdomen, pelvic. Abdominopelvic is the entire region here, with umbilical being in the middle. Your hips are referred to as the coxal region, C-O-X-A-L. Next on down the line is the inguinal region, which is the groin. It's the crease where your trunk meets your lower limb or your lower extremity here, inguinal. Let's see, genitals we're skipping, perineal we're skipping, but you are responsible for those. Let's see, is there anything else around there? Gluteal, okay? It's like that song, I like big butts and I cannot lie. All right, so gluteal refers to the buttocks. Next, we have the lower limb. I'm gonna move the camera down a little bit here. Okay, so femoral refers to this region here between the inguinal region and the knee. Femoral, because the femur runs through here, longest bone of your body. Next, kneecap is called the patellar region. Next, behind the knee is called popliteal or popliteal, depending on whether it's the English or the British pronunciation. Next, in the lower leg, we have the crural region, C-R-U-R-A-L, which is your shin region, and your sural region, S-U-R-A-L, which is the calf in the back. A really easy way to remember is, as I'm walking up to you, hunched over, as I'm walking up to you, the first thing you see is my crural region with a C, and as I walk past you, you're going to see my sural region, starting with an S, because alphabetically C comes before S. Okay, it's an easy way to remember. All right, next we have tarsal. Your tarsal region is the ankle. Good balance here. Let's see, plantar or plantar, depending on how you want to pronounce it, is the sole of your foot. Then we have the digital region, which just like this digital region is your toes. Their foot in general is the pedal region, P-E-D-A-L. Let's see, your calcaneal region or calcaneus is your heel. Let's see, is there anything else I might have missed? Nope. Oh, yes. Pollex means thumb, okay? And hallux means your great toe, the big toe. And I think, nope, posterior region. Okay, so here we have, go back up. Boy, this is gonna be a long video. Okay, dorsum. So when you see someone's dorsal aspect, it is the entire back of the patient. So this would be like my dorsal hand, dorsal upper arm, dorsal lower arm, my dorsal region. Think of the dorsal fin on a shark or a fish or a dolphin. The dorsal fin is on the back. So this is the dorsal aspect. This is my ventral aspect. In French, ventre means stomach. So ventral is anything you see in my front. So ventral, 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 ventral. Lumbar region. So lumbar is your lower back. It pretty much, if you make a fist and you put it here, and it's directly opposite your umbilical region, your belly button, this is the lumbar region. So that's an area where people have a lot of back pain, okay? So that's lumbar. And then just below that is called the sacrum, and it's your sacral region. It's a portion of your vertebral column, which the vertebral column runs from cervical, from the base of your skull, cervical is neck, all the way down here, all the way down here, all the way down here. So that would be the vertebral region or the spinal region. And I think that is it.